Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you've been following me right now, as you know, basically I was doing the auditory processing disorder series right now, and I just feel right now in my heart just to basically give myself a break, since I'm trying to find the last two parts hopefully of my research based on this, hopefully, so that you guys can understand more about what it is in those series, so that any definitions that maybe you might come into pass of those two parts of those sections of the auditory processing disorders versus the sensory processing disorders will be of help and value to you. So I humbly apologize if I've missed out any bits and pieces, but as I said so many times before, feel free to comment below that maybe if you need anything addressed in a better way for clarification and understanding, so that I know that you are actually truly engaging with me no matter what, because as I said so many times before, positive feedback versus negative feedback gives me a fair idea of who's engaging and who's not, and what you guys like and what you don't like, and hopefully we can figure out something along the way, basically on the terms of certain everyday topics, be it health related and all this other related topics that I'm addressing to you all based on my journey with Asperger's syndrome, OCD, depression, anxiety, and the like. So without further ado, right now guys, basically I've just had a quiet moment or meditation moment of just thinking what to share with you on my Beauty from Ashes channel, even though, like I said, it's in the playlist for some reason, even though I was hoping to have it as a separate channel to this one of my everyday life up in Aspie, but I humbly apologize in advance. There's nothing else I can do, obviously, so therefore I might just have to stick with it in the playlist and just put it in the right, playlistings of the topics that I address to you all, basically, because as you know, basically, I'm all about supporting, motivating people, regardless where they are in their life and what they're going through, because I know everybody struggles, and I'm here to say that no one shouldn't have to feel alone or face their struggles alone, however, and that they should be able to reach out to someone that they can trust and actually be real about it, and hopefully that in the later perspective that they'll be able to just be able to reach out. So without further ado, this is going to be one of my Beauty from Ashes channels, basically series, which I don't know what yet. It could be on the main one, I don't know, but this one is basically going to be pick me a patch, hashtag truth, hashtag spoken word. So here guys, as you know, basically I've been through a lot, and as I've been growing a lot right now, from what I've learned in my life to what I've been through, past and present, however, that everything does happen for a reason and a time for that reason and season. Although, sometimes we may be questioning ourselves despite all these happenings of what goes on in our life, be it the good, bad, and the ugly, Sometimes we just want to give up and throw out the towel, and basically 9 times out of 10 we feel that, no matter what, that, we just feel that we should be just giving up and call it quits. But to what extent? As we know, basically, in this time and age, life throws us off course of certain things that comes in our way. But obviously with these, situations that we may face, be it losing a job, becoming redundant, losing a partner through a bad relationship, losing out on a job opportunity and the like, that, we just feel that, we should just keep going, hopefully, based on our attitude and mindset and behavior towards others as well, and taking full responsibility and accountability maybe, and think that, okay, from whatever happened there, I can do better. I am better than what I have actually overcome in this hurdle. I know that some days will be my bad days, some days will be my good days, but regardless of where I'm at right now, I'll still try and strive for my goal and success, because as I said so many times before, everyone's journey is different. Everyone's journey is basically a slow or fast one, even though I know that some people wants to be on the fast line to the finish line first, basically, but to what extent, because life should be enjoyed. However, even though I've noticed that people in my age group at the moment has been basically, married, engaged, divorced, single moms, and the like, and basically it's a sad reality seeing this, and like 9 times of the 10 years, my generation, obviously where it is, I'm thinking, if I can recall, if I'm researching right, the X generation especially are all stubborn people, and they just want everything here and now. But then again, I'm one of them that wants things here and now, but I've realized now, as I'm growing of age with maturity and everything else that comes with maturity, that basically, you got to work for it, even if it means, as I said to someone, work from the bottom up, even if, people are saying, oh, but why do it from the bottom up? Because, as you know, why should you work from the top down? Because this doesn't make sense of that success ladder. You know, you got to work from the small up, because obviously it challenges you to actually see the real deal of what you actually have and don't have, and be grateful to what you have, because you never know, with all that hard work, when people see you working hard at what you're doing, maybe something in reality will hit them hard, and actually hopefully in due time that they'll actually give you maybe another job offer, or another, you know, opportunity to progress further into one of the fields that you want to be in, be it whatever it may be, hopefully. I know that for a fact, as I've grown up, I've now learnt also basically right now in my life that whatever I've been through in the past present, as I said, there is a season as well as that reason. Is in amongst that seasons, obviously, as we know, there's a season of change. And being willing to and ready to accept the changes along the way, as well as the challenges that I must be heading towards it, even if it means that basically, you know, sometimes it means to get out of my comfort zone. So hopefully, despite, like I shared so many times before, what I go through in my personal struggles of my health, anxiety and everything, that something will come out of it in a good way, that hopefully people can understand me and all that. It's also in a matter of my own strength, my own mind, my own attitude, behaviors and all that towards this basically infrastructure of change. Like I've noticed many times before, though, however, many people wants to try and change each other, which I'm going to talk more about expectations in a relationship later on in the piece. But just to bear in mind, though, that like I said in one of the videos, why should we change for that particular someone if that one isn't willing to give something back to us of what we may be asking for them to change, be it whatever it may be. Just, it could be some small minor things that we want them to change about, you know, and hopefully, you know, see for themselves. But then again, you know, sometimes some of them is just maybe fearing of change themselves, or they're trying to be, you know, the real deal and say that they don't have to change forever, whatever it may be. I am also the one in control of my life. No one else is. However, you know, I'm in control of my life based on my everyday actions, thoughts. I am aware that whatever I say and do can counteract to maybe to what I believe in solely, what I've been, you know, growing up as well as my values and morals instilled in me. As I said in my sister's tag, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The introduction when I think it was that, you know, 9 times out of 10 basically, you know I'm not perfect, I'm not, you know, 100%, you know, perfect inside and out, obviously, and I get, you know, people picking at my faults, flaws and imperfections more in the light, trying to tear me down just because maybe they're jealous, insecure and everything else, or seeing how far I can go in the way of, you know, pushing myself to the hardest and actually see the better of me. But then again, I'm also in control of my life, of the decisions I make, as I said, good, bad, the ugly, and the like, until from every mistake. But it doesn't help when, you know, when you're learning from these mistakes, and basically, you know, even though you may go through the same similar mistake with be it, you know, of what you go through if you've lost a job, or you had a relationship that went bust and you felt that once you went into the next relationship, you're carrying that baggage and bringing it in. But what I'm saying here is I am determined to make a better present than I did in the past of what I've been through, regardless of people picking out my faults, flaws, mistakes, and the works. Because obviously it's not fair, because why should you be picking at people's mistakes here? How I believe in myself about it all, though, is why should you? You're no judge to judge me based on what I do, what I say, what I hear about, or, you know, what I look like, whatever, all about me, infrastructure, all rolled into one. Because as we know, basically, from what I've learned in my experience, I can't please everyone now. What I've learned right now, when I'm being, you know, growing up, I can't and won't be able to please everyone. It's a tiring job, plus, what's the point, you know? I tend to question when I used to please everyone, basically, you know, why am I doing this in the first place when I know it can cause so much grief, pain, conflict with no peace between me and the person I'm trying to please, or the people around me. Because obviously we need to basically understand that in this day and age we shouldn't have to please everybody, because I know for a fact that, you know, if we try to please everybody, you know, in reality, that we got to understand that, you know, there'll be bound to be people in our circle that will not actually be good enough to please. You know, they'll expect more from us, and it just takes off our time, value, worth, and everything else. It's like I said before, when it comes down to pleasing everyone, I mean, come on, you know, what's the point in even trying, you know, and basically please everyone or keeping everyone happy, you know, I've tried that, been there, done that, put it nicely. What's the point of getting some form of approval or validation from others when you know damn well in the process you're losing a never-ending battle of losing yourself, and then while you're losing yourself in the spirit realm, you're not knowing yourself. Obviously, you're at an edge. You're all over the place. Obviously, you've got no peace in yourself, no joy and everything. And therefore, when that comes about, basically, you're in real big trouble. Obviously, when you're not at peace within yourself, obviously you're gonna have to, you know, self discover yourself again about who you really are and what you really are. You know, I know it sure as hell doesn't add up, though. It makes me question even to myself about it all, about pleasing everybody. I mean, it's like, so why do we care so much about the people's opinions? Basically, more of them, big or small, regardless what they throw at us, you know. You know, some of it could be, you know, put down, saying that we're not good enough, you know, and all this, but we can rise above it. I believe that I can rise above all these, you know, label mentality versus, you know, all these things that people see me, they think that I'm a failure, whatever, in their books, because obviously, you know, that's not on. I believe that we should rise above it and, you know, cut those toxic people out in our lives, because at the end of the day, we need to be at peace and happy in ourselves, no matter what it may be, you know. I believe also, though, however, regardless of their opinions, it shows that they care less about us and more about them, and also just their big ego and pride that gets in the way of everyday life, basically. As you know, I care so much, I feel so much, and everything else in between, though, however. And I felt that, you know, despite trying to please others, being accepted by others, feeling that I want to blend in and that of others, I basically wanted to feel wanted, appreciated, and that by others. But then again, I guess since now it has in the past taken its toll on me based on my health, be it the mental versus the spiritual health, that I needed to just look after me. And then I questioned to myself, why do this in the first place? And at what cost am I willing to actually, you know, give up my life? Would they give up their lives just because I give up my life for them, or whatever I do for them? Even though many people may say to me, I need to harden up or whatever about me, it's not always the case. It's all about, basically, as I've learned in my past and present right now of my past mistakes, choosing wisely who to talk to and basically discern who will really be there in the end of time when it comes down to your everyday challenges of what you go through, and the bad as well as the good. Because obviously, as I said many times before, many people like to just go for the good ride or the long ride of being there for you in the good times, but never in the bad. They'll just ditch you for the bad, you know, if something arises. Um, I believe also just by impressing others that cares less about my life. However, when I'm in my life right now, past and present, however, that basically that they're in their own life and little world, entertaining themselves by trying to break us apart into tiny little pieces, till that we can't, you know, seem to fit the puzzle or fit those little tiny pieces that they try to pull apart of us altogether. But then again, as I said before, it all starts with us, ends with us, and the decisions we make every day, though, however, you know, based on everyday attitudes, actions, and whatnot. Well, the ones we should be holding on accountability for our own actions and whatnot. Just to impress people, to magnify the flaws, judgment, and imperfection and mistakes from us all, as if we all never have failed. But in reality, let's be real here, we all failed once in a while. I believe that, you know, failure does come at a cost. Failure teaches us life lessons as well as everything else that throws at us. And I believe that no matter what, that we should be able to just, you know, work on our weaknesses versus our strengths, regardless what it is. We all have struggles, you know. and have our own little battles that we're fighting, regardless what it is. Maybe a silent battle that maybe we're going through, be it, we're in constant pain every day, for example, or another constant silent battle maybe is that we don't want people to know about, is that, we've lost someone and we're just pretty much, either A, self-harming or just destroying ourselves in a way of how we see ourselves, and as well as what the world sees us. We all have a struggles and our own battles we're fighting for or against, and it doesn't make you any better though, however, to try and actually be over and beyond or above everyone else, thinking that you can be Mr. Top of the King of the World or Mrs. Queen of the World, thinking that, I am indestructible, nothing will come at me at all costs. Because we all have our own battles. I have as well. It doesn't make you better though, however, just to, like I said, be on top of us like this, or acting like you got everything in order and together in your life, when in reality we know that you don't. When you're good at hiding it, some of us may be able to discern it, and you may be in denial of all that factors of what we may see, and that's eyes of ours to bring out into your little picket fence. But we should be doing it out of love, however, of what we see in your backyard, however, also. But sometimes, not many people may want to hear what is bound to, be said. I've noticed that with me. Because you and I both know that others will say something, however, different to what we don't want to hear or wish to be heard or said. To letting the world to see in your life. So in my retrospect, they crucify me, basically, shame me on me, and pick me apart and pull me to pieces, do what you will, pretty much. But then I know from a fact, when you guys do that, it will make me a better, stronger person, regardless what it may be. I've learned that, I'm not going to go down to your guys' level. But I'm through all your guys' commentaries telling me basically how it is, regardless what it may be. Because, as I said so many times before, God is the only judge that I should look up to about me, based on my thoughts, actions, and behaviors and more. And this goes with you, however. This is no excuse. This is just down out, straight up truth. Based on what I believe in. Just like you have your belief systems in place, as well as your culture. For you to understand right now to what I'm sharing, I'm not going to hate on others, however. I'm going to try and do my best to do the complete opposite to what others do, hating on each other, bullying on each other. What makes me more better to do than just to do the same thing, because it's not going to make me feel better or you feel better, will it? No. Obviously, I'm going to be just the type of person quietly minding my own business, basically, forgiving, loving, and blessing others, even if you don't deserve it in the first place, or if people see something going on with me and that other particular person, why should they have that retrospect back? Again, you can, only ones can work on yourselves or what needs to be changed. And that goes for me as well, as I said so many times before, but again, this is by choice. At the moment, I'm working on myself of what I need to do for me, regardless what it is, spiritually, mentally, physically, if I need to. And I know it's up to me to accept these changes and challenges. It's going to come my way. I know that I have imperfections, faults, and flaws, but I believe that you can't knock me down for that. It's who I am, what I am with these faults and flaws and imperfections and everything else. I'm going to try and let you not steal my peace, joy, and whatever else I've got, basically, as I'm going to rub above all this and more. Like I said before, I'm going to rise above your guys' mentality and thought patterns, basically, on how and what you think about me as a person. Change, yes, sure, as to how it's going to be the scary one for me, as it will be for you. I'm the person who I'm answering to, not you. And I am, as I said, responsible for what I go through in my life. I'm responsible for my actions, thoughts, and opinions. So what I say may not always be, always the case to be agreeable to people. But then again, like I said, I'm entitled to have my opinion versus you're entitled to have your opinions. So I'm not going to sit there in silence and just keep nodding my head or just keeping myself quiet and take the abuse and blame and everything when I know damn well it's not my fault in the first place, however. Why expose anyone else's battles and struggles for, or going down to that same level as you guys, as I said before, showing, giving out hate, bitterness, and more, when I can do the quite opposite. Giving pain, etc., to your wars and battles, etc., won't make you feel better, or won't heal those scars or wounds from those battles that we've been through. It's crazy right now that there's imperfect people trying to be perfect people, thinking that, nothing's going to come their way or what have you. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying this within a reason. In a time, basically, of what I've experienced and seen in my life and my journey so far. So please don't take it to heart too much. We all have a reason, vision, dreams, goals, and more in life. Yet again, it's up to us to seek it out and reach out to it. A lot of us hide from all of this by allowing fear to come in, however, and rule our lives, along with having that fear of maybe that label mentality, being fake, being unjust, being unreal. As take this from me, just because you and I made some mistakes and choices in our lives doesn't mean your future can't be great. Okay, I believe that, regardless of what it is, we are the makers and creators of our story. We are basically the authors of our story, or we are the artists of the story, regardless what people may think of us. Believe this. Ignore the hate along with the haters and any toxic people that may come your way that doesn't belong in your life. God forgives us and saves us, however, and this is a well-known true fact in my beliefs. To the people who criticize someone else's path, life, and journey, I guess that you've forgot where God met you at. I guess that you've forgotten that you've got a past too, however. So just don't think forever that you don't have a past or a mistake or done any mistakes, good or bad, the ugly, whatever. I want to remind you this. Don't forget this to what I'm about to say. As again, God is my final judge, not you, to criticize me, to, bring down the walls of me. I am who I am, however, but anyway, the question I would like to ask to you, also to make you think and answer to yourself, is who by rights should be, who give you the rights to judge me in the first place, of my faults, flaws, imperfections, past mistakes, you name it, everything from the bottom core of mine. I'm not here to live for you. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to just do what I can, to support you though, however. But if you just throw things back at me, then so be it. I'm going to have to just learn to say no and just give you the bye treatment. Or as I said, one strike you're out rule. But even though someone had said to me in my social circles, you give them just maybe 2 chances and then you're out. But how many chances do you need basically to prove to me that you're not going to do maybe the same thing or say the same things about me? So if you get high and mighty on me just because by trying to make people small or lower than you, then think again. Feel free to also try to pick me apart again and turn little pieces and feed me to the dogs if you have to. But again, as I said before, I will rise above those petty words, petty thoughts, petty insecurities, and more. Because at the end of the day, your hate, criticism, opinions shall and will not matter to me right now. No more. As this is all of this won't and can't stop my purpose. It can't and won't stop my dreams and goals. It can't and won't stop my visions. It can't and won't stop me living life. It can't and won't stop love making me love life. Can't stop my destiny. Can't stop my journey, etc. Because God knows my heart and everything about me. Care no haters equals will stops God's favour of what He has in my life, regardless what it may be, when I'm willing to actually accept the calling that He's called me out to do. Remember all of this though, however, but again, it all starts with you and it ends with you based on your everyday choices, regardless what it is, good or bad. You're the ones accountable for your own actions, thoughts and actions. So let's get it and be real. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me the thumbs up for support, basically. Give me the lowdown of the comment section of what you like to see next, maybe if you want to, or just give me a comment in general below of what you've seen so far, if that's to your taste or whatnot, or even private message me if you need to on answers all on Facebook via that, or maybe on my YouTube channel. Just bear with me if I do see any messages on my YouTube channel versus the, Facebook. It will take a while because many people do tend to private message me there. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel for daily, weekly vlogs. Hopefully, it's going to be still in that schedule, but at the moment, I've been, as you can see, days apart with certain things because I'm trying to do some research on the last few series over what I promised you. And all for them do, guys, love what you do what you love one another, be kind to yourself and others. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you all soon.